Good morning, dear students. In our last video, we have started with chapter cell, in which discussed about what is a cell, the levels of organization, variations of cells according to the number, shape and size of the cell. And we have started with the structure of cell, in which we discussed about the main structures of the cell, that is a cell wall, cell membrane, nucleus and cytoplasm. Now we will continue and discuss about the different cell organelles. So like in our body, we have different body parts for performing different functions. Like our hands are there for holding up things, for writing. Our legs are for running and walking. Our eyes are for seeing. Our nose is for smelling. Ears are for hearing. So we have different body organs for performing different functions. Similarly, in a cell have different organelles to perform different functions. So we call them as cell organelles. So first we going to study as mitochondria. The singular is mitochondrion. They are called as the powerhouse of the cell because they provide energy to the cell. The energy required by the cell for performing various functions is provided by the mitochondria. So they are called as the powerhouse of the cell. They are oval or rod shaped cells. They have two membranes, outer membrane and the inner membrane, which is folded. Okay, so they synthesize energy rich ATP. This ATP functions as the energy for the cell. Okay. Next is endoplasmic reticulum. It is a network of tubules which are involved in the transportation of material from the cell to the nucleus and from the nucleus to the cell. So the function of endoplasmic reticulum is transport of material between the nucleus and the cell. So their structures is like a network of tubes. So through these tubules the substances go from the cell to the nucleus and from the nucleus to the cell. Okay, and they have one more functions, that is they produce or synthesize proteins and lipids required by the cell. So these are the two functions of endoplasmic reticulum. First is transportation of material between cell and nucleus, and the second is synthesis of proteins and lipids. There are two types of reticulum, smooth reticulum and rough reticulum. Smooth reticulum because they don't have ribosomes on them, and rough reticulum because when we see them on their structures, they have small granular substances which are ribosomes. So the endoplasmic reticulum on whose surface ribosomes are attached, they are rough endoplasmic reticulums, and the reticulums without ribosomes are smooth endoplasmic reticulum. In short, we call them RER, rough endoplasmic reticulum, and SER, that is smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Next is Golgi bodies. The name is after the discoverer who discovered it, that is Camillo Golgi. They are formed by stacks of 5 to 8 membranous sacs which are flattened, and these flattened sacs are called as cisternae. Okay. Now the main function of Golgi bodies is the secretion of proteins and enzymes. So the function of Golgi bodies is secretion of proteins and enzymes which help the cell to perform various functions. Next is the ribosome. As I said, the rough endoplasmic reticulum have ribosomes attached on their surface, and the function of ribosomes is synthesis of proteins. So RER, that is the rough endoplasmic reticulum, have ribosomes, and ribosomes are called as the protein factory of the cell because they synthesize proteins for the cell. See, these are the small granular structures called ribosomes which are the protein factory of the cell. Next is the vacuoles. Vacuoles are fluid filled structures which are enclosed by membranes, and the function of them is the storage of substances like food, water and the waste products. Okay, in plant cells vacuoles are large and more in number, and in animal cells they are smaller and less in number, and the main function is storage of substances like food and water. Next is lysosomes. Lysosomes are called as the suicide bag of the cell because they are filled with digestive enzymes which digest the cell. So they may burst due to their cellular disturbance and destroy the whole cell. So whenever any foreign substances enters in a cell, the cell recognizes as foreign substance and it is harmful to the cell. The lysosomes, because of its digestive enzymes, digest that foreign substance and hence protect the cell from any damage. Second thing the lysosome digest is if the cell organelles are dead or they are unable to function, the lysosome digest that. And the third most important is when the cell grows old and it is damaged, it is no more able to perform any specific functions, so the lysosomes burst out, the digestive enzymes of the lysosome spread out through the whole cell and digest the full cell. So that is why it is called the suicide bag of the cell, because it eats up its own cell in which it is living. So when the cell grows old and is dead, the lysosome bursts out and digests the whole cell in which it was living. So it is called as the suicide bags of the cell and it contains digestive enzymes. Now chloroplast, they are found only in plant cell. They contain chlorophyll, a green color pigment which is necessary for photosynthesis. So they contain chlorophyll, that is why they are called as chloroplast and provide green color to the plants. Since they are necessary for photosynthesis, so their function will be preparation of the food. Okay, so preparation of the food for the plants takes place due to chloroplast, and that is why they are called as the kitchen of the cell. Since they are green colored, they are colored organelles, so the colored organelles of the colored organelles are called as the chromoplast. So chloroplast is a type of chromoplast which is green colored organelle. There are other chromoplast also which impart different colors to the flowers and fruits. So we see different colors flowers, different colors fruits, they are due to the chromoplast. So chromoplast are colored organelles which impart color to the plants, and chloroplast is one of the chromoplast which is a green colored plastid. Okay, chloroplast are called the kitchen of the cell because they make food for the plant. The last is centrosome. Centrosome are found near the nucleus and their function is to initiate or start the process of cell division. They are present only in animal cell, not in plant cell. They are membrane bound organelles. Okay. So the function of centrosomes is to start the cell division and they are found only in animal cells. Now you have a table given in your book, okay, in which the functions of different cell organelles and whether they are present in both plant cell or animal cell or only one, it is given. So learn that table. You have to learn each and every cell organelles, and according to that you have to learn their function also, which cell organelles perform which function and what it is called, like mitochondria, powerhouse of the cell, ribosome, protein factory of the cell, lysosome, suicide bags of the cell, chloroplast, kitchen of the cell, like that. There is one more table in which the difference between plant cell and animal cell is given. It is very important. You have to learn that also, like which cell organelle is present in only plant cell and which is only in animal cell. Like plant cell has cell wall, animal cell do not have. Plant cell has chloroplast, animal cell do not have that. The vacuoles in plant cell are large and big, animal cell have small and less number vacuoles. Centrosomes are absent in plant cells, centrosomes are present in animal cells. Like that you have to learn the table. Okay. And one more thing to know is chloroplast and mitochondria are called semi-autonomous cell organelles because they have their own DNA and ribosomes, so they can synthesize their own proteins. So they do not have to depend on nucleus for that. They have their own DNA and they have their own ribosomes, and ribosomes are the protein factory, so they can synthesize their own proteins also. So they can work on their own. Therefore chloroplast and mitochondria are the semi-autonomous cell organelles. And also the nerve cells are the largest cells of the human body, and once they are damaged they cannot repair themselves. That is why the brain injury is very serious. When someone has brain injury, it is considered as very serious thing, because nerve cells once damaged they cannot be repaired. So this is all for this video. In our next video we will discuss with the types of cell and the cell division. Okay, bye bye.